Jonah, what's your order at Solid Grind?
I get a katsu plate. That's it.
And what do you get on
Side of rice and mac salad.
that? How did that, is it NIL deal or what's your relationship like with them?
It's a partnership. I've talked with the owner if we can partner. I can partner with them, and then kind of worked out. Probably, yeah.
How is it having Hawaiian food in Tucson?
It's good. It kind of feels like home. Kind of have that home feeling here, in Tucson. So I'm proud.
Right.
Ephesians, how's it been these last few weeks going up against some of the better wide receivers in the Pac-12?
It's been great to me, to be honest. Great film. It's preparing me for the next level. I feel like it's great for me and all the other corners, safeties, everybody on the team.
Is it nice knowing, would you prefer it that they never throw your way, or do you want it that they're throwing your way and you can show that you defend?
Well, I say it kind of go both ways. I rather them throw it to my side so I won't get bored of them not throwing it to my side. So, yeah.
Jonah, what's it been like going back and forth between tackle and guard?
It's been great. Beginning of this year, I told BC, wherever you want me to play, if it's guard or right tackle, I'm always here for it. And then the last two games against Mississippi State and two days ago, he wanted me to go back inside, and then, yeah, I'm good.
So what's it been like for you to go back inside? Because last year, that's your main position.
Yeah.
This year, you're starting at right tackle. What's it been like going back to that?
It just feels a little tighter than outside, but feel way confident.
And then Pro Football Focus has given you a lot of good grades for pass blocking. What do you contribute, or what do you think is working for you pass blocking wise this year?
Well, it comes down I try not to focus too much on my grades, just focus on myself and how can I make my team better in the O-line group. But the main thing is perfecting my tools as my punching skills, and then placing my hands on an opponent.
David.
Ephesians, you're obviously from Southern California. Moving forward, kids coming from Southern California to Arizona are going to have a much different outlook because it's not going to be Pac-12, it's going to be Big 12. How much did it play into your recruitment and your decision to come here that you knew you had games going back to Los Angeles annually? And how do you think that kids now are going to maybe look at that with those games not being there anymore?
To be honest, I just feel like the game in Southern California this past game, it was good because my family was there, but I feel like once it's time to ball, you could play anywhere, really.
Yeah, Ephesians, what is the key to defending, staying with your man when you've got a quarterback that scrambles out of the pocket and is trying to make plays off script? USC had a handful of those where Caleb would run, and I believe that Cam Ward at Washington State is somebody that is able to do the same thing. What are you supposed to do in that?
Well, it's a scramble drill, really. So once you take your eyes off your man and the quarterback starts to scramble, then you got to get back and connect to your man, really.
Is that a difficult thing to do, or how do you do that, but also kind of keep an eye on what the quarterback's doing?
Well, once he starts to scramble, you really just got to put your eyes to the receiver and stay on him until they blow the whistle.
A question for both. First for Ephesians. How much do you think penalties hurt you guys in that game against USC, and what was the coach's message to you guys afterwards about that?
I feel like they hurt us a bit much. We just got to stay more disciplined and lock in.
And then Jonah, with Noah as the quarterback the last couple of weeks, what stands out to you just about the way he was able to handle all of that?
He was pretty confident back there. The moment he stepped on the field, it's like he didn't let the moment get in his head or get too big. Just went out there and played ball. That's all it is.
How was he just in terms of his poise and his cadence and just how he was able to communicate with you guys out there on the field?
He's pretty loud out there. We had two away games, and I could hear him clearly. So that's how I know he was ready to go.
David, and then James.
Jonah, you've kind of slid back and forth between guard and tackle, working with both Leif Magnuson and Joe Borjan. What has been your impression of both of those players and the positions they play?
They're both solid dudes. Every time I play tackle, and then Joe comes in for right tackle, and I go back in, I make sure to let him know what this edge rusher is doing. Same as Leif. When I go back outside and Leif comes back in, I make sure I let him know, oh, this guy's doing this and this. So yeah, I'm try my best to help both of them.
And you guys ran a lot out of that bunch set. What did you like about that formation, the crack toss, and how that worked for you?
It gets me in space. I love pulling and then getting bodies in space. So, yeah.
Jason and Brian.
Jonah, are there different tendencies between Jaden and Noah that in terms of how you approach your blocking scheme or something like that?
No, not at all. How I play when Jaden's back there is just how I play when Noah's back there. It doesn't matter who's back there. I'm going to protect him. And all I got.
I mean, in terms of, because Jaden maybe rolls out of the pocket more, do you have to be prepared to do that as opposed to, Noah stays in the pocket a little bit more? Or just in terms of...
Well, they both got legs, so every time they roll out, I make sure I got to have my outside hand out and then not get a holding penalty every time they roll out.
Brian.
Yeah, Ephesians, what have you seen on film so far from Washington State with how their receivers look?
Their receivers I'd say they're just as good as any other receiver. I don't talk down on a receiver, so I give them all respect. They all look pretty good. Their quarterback looks pretty good, so we just gonna go out there and play.
Yeah, do you guys have any road rituals, things that you guys do before games? No.
No.
But Jonah, what do you make of Washington State? How much film have you watched on them?
I watched a little bit of individuals first. How I watched a little bit of Brandon Jackson. He's a returnee from last year. Kind of went against him when I was inside guard. Now that I'm playing tackle, I really got to tune in to his pass rush moves, and yeah.
And then what do you remember about the game last year?
Against Brandon Jackson?
No, for just you and Washington State. They beat you guys. Jaden had 4 picks. It seemed like it was a very emotional game.
I remember everything, so going into this week, it's really personal, and we keep saying that. And once again, we're going to go back to the chalkboard and then watch film and then get it going today's practice, and then we should be ready.
Last question to Brian.
Ephesians, is there any frustration in the DB room about not being able to have any interceptions at this point?
No, it's not. So we just keep flying to the ball. It's gonna come at some point. I mean, I got to get on the jugs. I can't lie. I dropped 2 picks this season, but I'm gonna get right though.
Is it, as a DB, since your first instinct is to knock the ball away, is it hard to suddenly be like, oh wait, the ball's coming to me, just grab it?
No, because once the ball's in the air, you should turn into a receiver and go up just as much as the receiver should go up.
All right, that's it.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.